You've brought in some photos.
Sure.
How many photos have you brought?
Count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4.
And where did you physically take these photos from?
All of these were in C venues houses. So two of them were in C Nova and 2 of them were in C Main.
And you said that you stole them off the walls?
Yeah, they were decorating the bar down in Broadway, which is one of the C venues, Nova bars. And given that that bar's not open until later, I decided to appropriate them for a couple of hours.
And why have you picked these 4 photos?
These 4 photos particularly because visually, one of them purely because it's a visual, a real visual thing that I really enjoyed. It doesn't even have an actor in it, but it's just a really good demonstration of, for me, what you can do even on a very small budget with set. And that's this one. And it was a really simple idea because obviously the lights are there as a given. But if you were to use umbrellas and then to spatter them just with blackout paint, it's actually the simplest thing. And then to paint all of the interest in with light. And as a photographer, I obviously get off on that. So I found that particularly satisfying.
So it was sort of a mark of respect to the person who had
Yeah,
the idea.
It was a nod to the lighting designer on that particular show, which is the thing. Obviously, it's my currency. The same way that a writer would trade in words, as their day to day. For me, it's light. And the qualities in colour and quantity of all of that. So for me, that was a really, really lovely thing to just see and to try and catch. So this is an instance. This was a show. This is a musical called Thrill Me, and it's one of these examples of it's a very, very fleeting moment. It's extremely harsh lighting, and the human eye can see it absolutely fine. To try and render that as a photo is extremely difficult. It's quite a challenge. When I'm shooting in a theatre, obviously so that people don't end up looking like Picasso paintings, you have to grab maybe a sort of a 1/100th of a second or a 125th of a second. That's how long you've got to, that's the slice you're taking out of an hour-long show, and and it has to be the right one as far as is possible. And with that, it's trying obviously to get a sense of moment, or to try and get some sense of the expression. In terms of the lighting, it's obviously very extreme. This side of him is completely lit and the other isn't, and it's a really powerful effect, but from further back it wouldn't work so well. So the trick here was to do it during a dress rehearsal and to just be as close as I could.
One looks like a very specific moment.
Yeah, I mean, this was part of a show called Cabaret Nova, which happens several times and has a rotating lineup of acts. It's on at midnight. And these 2 from East End Cabaret were a real gift, just because obviously part of their act obviously is that they are super expressive and that they're always sort of nudging and winking, and everything is overwrought and larger than life, which for me is a complete gift. It makes it very easy for me to grab moments. This one particularly I like just because there was a good expression from both of them. There was something happening with the double actors as a single instance, and that was what makes the photo come together for me. And they're just having so much fun. It's hard not to enjoy it.
Have you saved the best till last?
This is it's a straight moment of drama. This shot is from Lear's Daughters, which is obviously an adapted for Edinburgh version of the story. This is Olivia Emden. In a moment toward the end of the play where she's obviously, it's very, very beautiful acting, which is the first thing. And the light actually was very difficult in this shot. This was it was lit in it was staged in a round, which makes it very, very hard. And trying to capture some sense of the intensity, and in fact it almost doesn't work as a picture because you can't see the face, which is usually the first and foremost thing. But it's everything else about it as a whole, which is why I've left most of this in, because without it, do you see what I mean? It doesn't really suit. But there's a moment, and there's a sort of intensity in the arm, the pose, and the whole overall. And it's really interesting to actually see someone who can do very solid acting and not just use the face. And as a physicality, I admire that. also it was, in its way, very difficult, very challenging light, but very satisfying if you get it right. So yeah, it was a nice grab, as best as I could manage.
Perfect. Nick, thank you very much.